If you've been anywhere near tech Twitter or LinkedIn lately, you've probably seen the hype surrounding Google's TimesFM. The internet is treating it like a crystal ball. They say it's a zero-shot foundation model trained on 100 billion data points that can look at your business, your stock, or your supply chain, and perfectly map out the future. No training required. It sounds like magic. It feels like we've finally built a black box oracle. But today, we need to have a serious talk about reality, because the hype version of TimesFM is doing what almost all AI hype does. It's collapsing a brilliant, highly specific research tool into a predict anything fantasy. And if you run a business or manage data and you buy into that fantasy, you aren't doing AI forecasting. You're doing incredibly expensive curve fitting with better branding. Let's strip away the marketing jargon. What is TimesFM? It's a pre-trained time series forecasting model. That means it looks at numerical sequences and identifies patterns like seasonality, trends, and autocorrelation. But here's the reality check. TimesFM does not understand your business. It doesn't know what a stock is. It doesn't know why your customers buy things in November, and it certainly doesn't understand human behavior. It is pattern extrapolation at scale. It's a master of statistics, not an entity with insight or intelligence. And let's talk about that 100 billion data points line, because that gets thrown around like a guarantee of perfection. What the hype implies is that the AI has seen 100 billion perfect, pristine examples of your exact problem. What it actually means is that Google aggregated a massive, mixed quality soup of historical sequences across hundreds of different domains. Translation: there is a ton of signal in there, yes, but there is also a mountain of noise and a massive risk of domain mismatch. Just because a model is great at predicting hourly server traffic or the mating cycles of cicadas does not mean it inherently understands your local boutique's retail supply chain. Here is the uncomfortable truth about these foundation models. If your data behaves like the training distribution, meaning it has clean seasonality, stable historical patterns, and no surprises, TimesFM can look almost magical. It will nail the forecast. But if your data is chaotic, if it's structurally shifting, or influenced by external shocks, like a sudden policy change, a market disruption, or a viral TikTok trend that spikes human behavior, it can fail. And here is the truly dangerous part: it will fail quietly, and it will fail confidently. Standard statistical models from 10 years ago, like ARIMA, were ugly. When they got confused, they looked broken. They threw errors. They gave you jagged, obviously messed up lines. They told you they were lost. Deep learning architectures like TimesFM don't do that. They excel at generating smooth, plausible-looking curves. They give you a polished, professional-looking forecast complete with neatly shaded confidence intervals. But those ranges are model-based uncertainty estimates. They are not real-world guarantees. If your system hits an unseen shock, those intervals will be wrong in a very overconfident way. It turns a statistical guess into a psychological security blanket for executives. The marketing loves to lean on the phrase, "no training required," and technically that's true. You don't have to spin up GPUs and train the model from scratch, but the hype implies that no training means no work, and that is a lie. To get anything useful out of a tool like this, you still have to do the heavy lifting. You have to clean and align your time series. You have to handle missing values correctly, which is an art form in itself. You have to choose your horizon lengths carefully. And most importantly, you have to constantly evaluate the AI against dead simple baselines, like a naive seasonal model. If you just feed a raw, uncleaned, chaotic database into a foundation model and hit predict, you aren't getting an accurate picture of the future. You're getting automated, high-tech guesswork. So, what's the real takeaway here? Is TimesFM bad? Absolutely not. It's an incredible piece of engineering, but we need to change how we talk about it. TimesFM is not replacing forecasting expertise. It is replacing manual model building and well-behaved problems. It saves you from spending 3 weeks tuning hyperparameters just to get a standard baseline. The real upgrade of the AI era is not, we can now predict the future. The real upgrade is, we can now generate decent forecasts faster, but only if we already understand what makes forecasting fail. If you treat these models like a black box oracle, you are going to get polished nonsense, and you're going to make bad business decisions with immense confidence. But if you treat it like a strong baseline, a starting point that still needs human validation, domain expertise, and rigorous data cleaning, then it becomes incredibly powerful. It automates the predictable 80% of your data, so you can focus your human brain on the chaotic, high-stakes 20%. Don't let a beautiful dashboard mislead you. The future is still unwritten, and no amount of parameters can change that. Thanks for watching. If you want more no-hype reality check tech analysis, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.